My name is David Loy. I'm front of house engineer for Kane Brown, and today we're at Lattitude Studios just south of Nashville, Tennessee, taking a look at the new Orion Studio, part of the Synergy Core line from Antelope Audio. Today we're tracking a 4-piece band through the Orion Studio using the built-in preamps, all the effects built in through the control panel, and we're also using the 4 personal mixes that they used for dialing up their in-ear monitors in real time so that they could hear the processed effect while they're playing live all at once. When I heard about the piece, I was impressed with the fact that the mixes built in are next to no latency. They're very low latency. And for me, coming from the live world, that's extremely important because you want your musicians to feel locked in with no delay, hearing each other as they're playing immediately. And so when I heard about the Orion Studio Synergy Core, I was impressed with the fact that you could keep it in the box and you could process 8 plugins per channel and really clean it up in the box and then send that to the mixes with next to no latency. And so the band is not only hearing their source immediately after they're playing it, but they're also hearing it processed, cleaned up, compressed, EQ'd, and that really also affects their performance and how they play and how they mesh well together. And I think the recordings itself show that. And so coming in today and doing exactly what I wanted to do and run 4 stereo mixes off of it, all processed signals, I think was awesome. I think it sounded great. I think the band really enjoyed it too, and I think we could tell in the recording. Immediately setting it up, it made a lot of sense. Everything is found in the control panel. You open up the control panel and you follow the steps of registering. You follow the steps of opening up the firmware, downloading any updates, installing any updates, all automatically while you're getting the session set up. And then very quickly your control panel is up and running and you're ready to start rolling. With the Orion Studio, your workflow is sped up entirely once you're able to set up templates. You're able to make routing templates, preset templates for plugins. You can turn it on, load your session templates based on how many players you have or how many inputs you're recording, and get running. And I think it saves time. It allows the creativity not to be stifled. If the artists and the players are feeling something in the moment, you don't want to stifle that, and you want to make sure that they are able to capture it immediately. And I think being able to be speedy is needed, and the Orion Studio really allows you to iron out and finesse things that you need to do quickly so that the session is successful. I think my favorite AFX plugins that Antelope provides on this unit are definitely the EQs. The 1023, the VEQ SSL styled EQ, the Pultec styled EQs, they sound great on drums. They sound great on guitars, they sound great on bass. I think I found myself, before I even really heard the inputs, I was just loading those AFX on so that I could just start working with them immediately because I knew that they would sound good, and they did. And I think that those are probably the quickest tools I'd go to in the future. I think it's awesome that Antelope has now released an auto-tune plugin as well, because in the live world we want our latency to be next to nil. And so with this interface, the latency is extremely low, so much so that it's imperceivable. And so I think being able to use auto-tune out on the road, whether it's recording a demo, whether it's throwing something up a little bit in the live side of things, having that available is huge. I think this unit really allows you to merge the studio world and the live world together. Those worlds used to be very separated, but now if you are a producer at home but you also tour, I think being able to take this piece in your studio at home, and it has all the functionality that you would normally do in a session at home, and then you can take it out on the road, fly with it, put a preamp right under it and come ADAT into it for some more inputs, and then you have a mobile recording rig that's quick, it's easy, it has monitor mixes ready to go. You can set up a band after sound check if they're feeling something after sound check and they want to capture it. You have a rig ready to go and start recording it, and their mixes are dialed. If you have your template set up the way you like it, you're ready to go in 10 minutes. And I think that is incredible, because then you can take those same pre's, the same plugins, the same unit that you use at home, and then you can just take that session right back at home and continue mixing when you get home. And I think for me, that is huge, because it used to be so separated that Antelope is really helping merge both of those worlds.